Dear children, this is Janet. We are learning about things around us. In our last video, we studied about characteristics of living things and non-living things. In this video, we are going to learn about environment. What is environment? All that surrounds the living things and affects their growth and development is called environment. We know that all living things depend on their surroundings for food, water, and shelter. Both living and non-living things together form the environment. The environment consists of two main components. They are abiotic or physical environment and biotic or biological environment. Both abiotic and biotic components together constitute the natural environment. Environment varies in different parts of the earth due to differences in the climate. This fact decides what sort of organism can live in a particular area. For example, a camel lives in a desert environment and a polar bear lives in a cold environment. So, we understand that living things such as plants and animals are called biotic components. Non-living things such as air, light, water, soil and temperature are called abiotic components. Let us learn about biotic components one by one. Biotic means living. Plants, animals, scavengers and decomposers are biotic components. Plants. Most of the plants have green leaves because of the green pigment called chlorophyll. Chloro means green, phyll means leaf. Plants are called producers because they prepare their own food. The process by which green plants make their own food using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis means production. Next component is animals. Animals cannot make their own food. They depend on plants or other animals for their food. Why do all living things need food? All living things, that is, both animals and plants, need food to get nutrients in order to grow. Plants absorb nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and calcium from the soil. When animals like herbivores eat the plants, the nutrients from the plants enter the bodies of these animals. And when carnivorous animals and omnivorous animals eat the herbivores, the nutrients pass on to their bodies. After these plants and the animals die, their bodies decompose and the nutrients are returned to the soil. Next, biotic components are scavengers and decomposers. Animals that feed on the dead bodies of other animals are called scavengers. For example, hyena, vulture, etc. Tiny organisms that feed on the remains of dead plants and animals to break them down into simpler substances are called decomposers. Example, bacteria and fungi. Scavengers and decomposers play an important role in recycling of nutrients in nature. The nutrients released from the dead bodies by the action of scavengers and decomposers get mixed with the soil, and these nutrients are again absorbed by the plants. This process is called recycling of nutrients. These scavengers and decomposers also help in keeping the environment clean by removing the bodies of dead plants and animals. If scavengers and decomposers are not there, our earth would be covered with dead plants and animals, isn't it? Okay, next we learn about interaction among biotic components. As we learned earlier, plants and animals depend on each other for various needs. We studied plants are called producers as they prepare their own food through photosynthesis. Herbivorous animals like cow, goat, deer feed on plants and so they are called primary consumers. Carnivores such as eagle, lion, tiger and omnivores such as bear, crow, human are called secondary consumers. This shows they are interdepending on each other for food. Scavengers and decomposers feed on plants and animals and release nutrients that are trapped inside the dead bodies into the soil. In all these cases, animals are depending on plants. How plants are depending on animals? Plants need animals' help to pollinate the flowers. Pollination is the process by which pollen grains transfer from one flower to the other and helps the flower to become a fruit. Children, have you seen honeybees and butterflies sitting on the flowers? Yes, these honeybees and butterflies move around from flower to collect nectar. That time, pollen grains of the flower stick on the legs and so they are transferred to the other. And plants depend on animals also for dispersing their seeds. About dispersion of seeds, we have studied in class 5 itself, isn't it? The seeds of the plants are moved away from the parent plant by many means such as wind, water, and by animals like crow, monkey, even by human. So, plants and animals interact among each other. Let us learn about abiotic components in our next video. Thank you.